Hi, this is Brandy. Today is cleanup day at one of the properties. We have a lot of overgrown bushes that need to be trimmed. The grass is pretty much maintained every 2 weeks. But normally we do the bushes maybe a couple times out of the season, anywhere from 2 to 4 times during the spring and fall. And so, of course, we have not tackled it this year. And so it's important for us to get these things done. Right now, we don't have a tenant. We actually have someone that's doing house sitting because there's some work we need to do on the property before we get to that place. So just kind of walking around. The guys have been here roughly about 10 or 15 minutes, but they've already gotten started with cutting down a lot of the overgrown weeds, of course, in the backyard. Hopefully, once we get things done, the city will come and do the walkway because, as you can see, it is not in the best of shape. Or the sidewalk, I'm sorry, it's not in the best of shape. This weed has completely taken over the sidewalk. We are going to look at replacing that post or just getting a new head so that we can have the light to light up the front of the property. So if I'm standing back from the street, you can see how this weed has completely taken over. And I do feel bad about that. And that's something we're going to take care of today and control going forward. As you can see, the city has come to put down 2 trees. I think they look nice. I'm somewhat happy or excited about them. But hopefully as they grow, they do not damage the sidewalk, and hopefully they'll trim them as needed. Again, the house definitely needs some work. We need to replace windows and things of that nature, and eventually we will, but right now it's just getting the exterior looking more manageable, more appropriate, because I know how I feel about blight, so I do not feel good about this in this moment because we have a lot of great neighbors in the area. And last thing I want to do is bring anything that I wouldn't want in my neighborhood. I'll be honest, I have not been over here for some months, and this will not happen again. As the owner, this is definitely my fault, but we are working on it and we're going to make it a lot better going forward. I'm recording right now, and later on today, once things are finished, I'll say between today and tomorrow, we will record how things are looking. I was going to say re-record, but we're going to record how things are looking just so you can get an idea of the great work that the team is providing. So again, if you look and see how the bushes have taken over, it's not a good look. We had the boards on the house put up, but the house sitter took them down because, of course, they're trying to get some kind of air from outside because it's definitely hot on the inside of the house. Again, just more weeds along that fence line. This is my neighbor's fence. She was actually the person who called to let me know about the weed that was on her fence line, and I did assure her that we would take care of it. And when I came over and I saw all of this, I said, oh no, we have to take care of the entire yard. Of course, this is going towards a Detroit Alley. What we're doing right now is just cleaning up what's on the inside of the yard, but the goal is definitely to also go on the outside. Okay, sorry for the pause. And so the landscaper, he normally ends, I would say, right at this part of the driveway, if you will. But once we get things cleaned up, we're going to go further over, which is where you can see the gentleman in the black shirt. So the guys, they're taking care of business. Truly appreciate what it is that they're doing, because initially I said, well, I can come over here with the saw and with my cutters. And when I looked further into it, I wasn't fooling anybody but myself. I'm excited for what this will look like once we get finished. I pray that as the guys are working, that they're not stung or bit by anything, because this is a lot. Behind my property, it's a vacant lot. If I'm not mistaken, the home that's next to the lot owns it, I'm sorry. Not really a need for me to look into this, because not only is it a rental property, but it's behind me. And of course, if I'm having issues right now with keeping up my own properties, how dare I take on something else, especially when I can't think of a good idea of what I will do with it. So what I'll do is keep you guys posted, and between today and tomorrow I will put out a new video just to show the progress. I'm confident that things will be well once the guys are finished doing the work. They're going to dump everything, so hopefully the neighbors, when they come home today, they will be happy with how this property looks. Of course, it's a corner house, and corner houses pretty much let you know what the rest of the block is doing, or what the rest of the block should be doing. So I will say, we have not represented this corner for the spring, but do mark my words, this will not happen again. Thank God no blight tickets have come, but I do appreciate not my landlord, I do appreciate my neighbor for reaching out to let me know about the weed that was on her fence, because had she not called, I'll be honest, it may have been a little bit longer before I got over here. Like I said, I have a house sitter, and they haven't shared anything with me about the bushes or the weeds. And my landscaper, he's been cutting for me, but we really haven't had an opportunity to talk about those things. But moving forward, we'll have it all under control. I stopped for a minute because I saw a cat, and I am afraid of cats. So again, generally when they come, I go. But I'm glad that it decided to leave so we can continue with the video. So again, just going back around the property, because when I initially started, I think I may have moved a little fast and didn't really show the house. Again, we're in the city of Detroit, and Detroit is doing a great job with holding us accountable. And I know for myself, as a property owner, I know that I have to do better. And like I said, I will do better going forward. So again, thank you all. As we began the renovations on this property, it's not a whole lot that needs to be done, but as we start, which again, I'll be honest, we do not have an actual date, but maybe we'll show the work that we're doing on the inside, sometimes it's a little bit difficult for me because I may not be available when the work is being done, and I would never put the responsibility on anyone who is assisting me to record. So again, I appreciate you. I appreciate your time, and I will have another video just so you all can see the finished product. Thank you. Have a great rest of your day.